Hey, how's it going out there today, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. It is Monday. It is November 17th, I believe. Just got done with my day. Ran a pretty full day. I went from Delaware to Indiana. Did about 640 miles today. So it was a pretty good day. Got started about 1 in the morning. So, got through Baltimore, got on with it pretty good today. I like a good early start. That's a little early for me, but I like an early start. I'm probably going to keep the early starts going all week. I've got a crazy planned out week right now. So I got the load from Delaware on me right now. I'm dropping that in Chicago in the morning, about 4 in the morning. It's going to a drop and hook facility, so I'm going to drop that. Going to get that off the truck, and then I'm going to grab a load that is going about 200 miles away. So it's a pretty good paying load. That's the only reason I'm messing with it. That's a little short for me, but I'll do it for the right amount of money, you know what I mean? And it actually sets me up for a load that I found in Michigan that is going to South Georgia. So that's a pretty good long run. Pays okay. Doesn't pay the greatest. But it's a good long run. You know, it'll add some good revenue to the week. But the main reason I'm making the video today is I was going to talk to you today about getting loaded last night. Man, oh man. And this was at a company that... it's probably a Fortune 500. I mean, it's probably one of the biggest companies in the country. I would definitely say Fortune 500. But man, oh man, was this place unorganized. So I get there at about 11:30 a.m. My appointment's for 10 o'clock at night on a Sunday. But I read a bunch of reviews online, and they said, come on in and they'll load you early mostly. Most of the reviews were giving that vibe. So, I was in the neighborhood. I was going to do a 10-hour reset before I went over there. But I had like over 7 hours of drive hours left, and I was literally going to park across the street. So I said, you know what, let me pop in over there and check and see what's up with that load. So I pop in at 11:30, between 11:30 and noon. The guy says, hey, yeah, your freight's ready. Let me get you in a door and get you out of here. And I'm thinking, because this was scheduled to be dropped Tuesday morning. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, that's going to be awesome if I can get loaded Sunday, because I could drop this Monday afternoon, and kind of pull back a few hours of running, not have such a big day Monday, do, 7 hours, because it was right at 800 miles. I was like, I'll do 400 miles Sunday, I'll do 400 miles Monday, bing, bang, boom. So that's pretty much when it all fell apart. They put the wrong truck in the door because the office wasn't communicating with the yard guy. And, the yard guy wasn't doing his job properly. The shipping department wasn't doing their job properly. And so they put the wrong truck in the door. They load the guy. They give him the paperwork for his load, but if they got my freight on his truck, the guard lets him leave with it like that. Didn't do their job, so shipping's not doing their job. The yard guy's not doing the job. The guard's not doing their job, and the guard verifies the PO, or is supposed to verify the PO on the freight to the bill. This guard did not. When I asked them about it, they said, well, they counted it to verify the number of pallets, but they didn't actually look at the PO, which is part of their job, because I guarantee you the second time that truck left, they checked it, because they definitely checked mine when I left. So, yeah, they let him leave with my freight, and I go into the office about an hour after I was told I was going to get a door, and I'm like, hey, what about that door? And they're like, we already loaded you. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be bad. I'm like, no, you didn't, because I'm sitting out there in the yard with an empty trailer. And so finally they realize what they've done. They call the guy. He's an hour down the road. They get him to come back. They offload him, load it onto me. All in all, about 4-hour mix-up. Very heavy pallets. I go in, I look at the trailer. I'm like, that doesn't look right. So I went down the road. I scaled it. With the trailer tandems all the way forward, my drive axles are at 36,800, something like that. So I have to go back, have them rework the load. So now the people inside the warehouse aren't doing their job properly. So absolute nightmare. About 6 hours. At that point, I'm completely out of drive hours. I'm not completely. I got like 45 minutes of time left I can drive. So I just go back down to the truck stop and shut it down and have to wait till the morning, when I get back hours from a 10-hour break. I actually did an 8-2 split last night so I could get through Baltimore before it got bad. But if I'd have known it was going to go like that, I would have just waited till 10 o'clock and went in there with fresh hours and been on down the road with it. So that's what happened, guys. First time I've ever had a place go like that where everybody failed at their job simultaneously. This is a good little tale for you new guys out there too. If you think you're going to get into trucking and you're just going to run them out, there's so much BS. And one of the things you have to understand is so much of trucking is out of your control. You can only do what you can do, but you're at the mercy of shippers, dock workers, yard guys, guards. If they don't do their job, it really hinders you from doing your job. Now, I ran 640 miles a day. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was a pretty good day, so I made up for all their mistakes. But that's what you're going to have to do if you want to make money out here. You're going to have to make up for a lot of people's mistakes and things you just can't control. Earlier last week, I had a train that was in front of a dock that had broke down at a customer. I mean, who deals with that? That's on you, that's just how it works. So, that's how it goes in OTR, guys. Sometimes you just got to deal with what you got to deal with and fight your way through it and, do what you got to do. So, that's a little tale for the, for you guys thinking about going OTR. I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm just saying, be prepared for those days. Try to keep your cool. Because let me tell you, when I left that place last night, for the first time I left it, that guard had told me when I went in there, she had an attitude. I didn't say nothing to her. She had an attitude right off the bat. She told me, she said, when you go to leave here, you don't try to leave here without me checking all of your paperwork. She said, if you don't bring all your paperwork back with you from the truck to the back of the trailer so I can check it, you won't get out of here. When I went back to the gate, I thought about saying, I thought you check all paperwork. How come you let a guy leave with the wrong paperwork or the wrong freight, But I didn't. It ain't going to get you nowhere. You just got to let it go. You got to eat that. You got to figure out a way to deal with that without, getting an attitude because, it's not going to help you any out here to have attitudes with people. Best thing you can do about it is just remember in the future that it's probably going to end up being a good part of a story. That's what I thought of when I went back to the guard shack. I was like, I don't even say nothing to her because I want to remember her as the lady that got an attitude with me for no reason, only to later on not do her job and then, get all mixed up because, it didn't do me any good to say anything, so I wanted to. I definitely thought about it, but at that point, I was just ready to leave. And the thing of it is, if I would have said something smart as I was leaving, see, I had to come back and get that load reworked because they had all the freight up in the nose, and I had to get them to single out a few pallets along the, about midway. And if I'd have said something smart to her on the way out, like 30 minutes later, I was back there. So, just remember, like, sometimes you may be coming back to see them again very soon. So, try to keep that relationship with them, as nice as you can, even when they're not nice, which is how it goes a lot of times. But anyway, that's it, guys. I appreciate everybody watching, liking, subscribing. Thanks for that, everybody. I appreciate all those comments. I love reading them. And yeah, just take care of each other out there, guys. Later.